Today I will be walking through some of the success stories or success policies that we've written in the last few days. So we wanted to share those with you. My name is Donna Berry. I am your Builder's Risk Underwriter, and I would also like to introduce Jeff Benson.
Morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Look forward to sharing some of our success stories from around the country. So appreciate you taking the time to listen to our story today.
Yes, we're going to go ahead and get started, and at any point in the time during the session, if you would like to send us a question, there's a chat box on the right-hand side. We will be viewing those throughout this session, and then we will open the line at the end of this brief presentation to answer any questions that you might have. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, give me just a second. I'm having some technical difficulties. Hold on. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, I am so sorry about that. We had a little glitch in our system. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So the first one that we wanted to talk about is new construction for a joisted masonry hotel. So this was in the Mid-Atlantic territory. The value is $6.5 million. And just wanted to share a few specifics on this account. So on this specific risk, they needed to increase the property in transit, property in temporary storage, and the soft cost. Just want to reinforce that our form automatically includes each of these coverages at $100,000. For this specific risk, we needed to increase that. So the underwriter was able to review this very quickly, map this for flood and earthquake, and get this quote out to the agent. And we were very successful on this account with our price and our coverages. The next one that we did recently was for a church renovation. So this was for a remodeling project covering the existing structure and the renovation for church offices and meeting rooms. $6.3 million project. This project was entered online through our portal. So the submission that was entered by the agent included a very detailed scope of work in the comments box. So this allowed the underwriter to gain a complete understanding of the project that was taking place, to be able to take a look at the questions that were answered and the responses received. So the account was reviewed quickly. It was decided, due to the age of the building and the unique characteristics of the building, to offer the existing structure on stated value. So that is an option on some of these unique older risks, or if there's a project that you want to talk about, if it meets the eligibility to be offered on stated value. So due to this being an older building, that is what was agreed to offer it on stated value. In addition, the terms were customized. So this one was issued at 9 months. So we are able to customize the terms to whatever works best for you and your customers. All right, this example was a medical office in the South region. So this was new construction, joisted masonry, $2 million. The reason this one was a success and that we wanted to highlight this in today's session was this was entered in through our portal with and it met the underwriting guidelines that are built into our system. It flowed through the system without any interaction with the underwriter. The quote was instant. So at a $2 million inland project, Joyce and Masonry, the quote was instant. So our form does include 16 automatic additional coverages, and when the quote was presented, those met the needs of the customer, so we did not need to increase those. The quote was sent quickly, and the policy was bound the same day. So just a real quick turnaround for somewhat a large project. Okay, I want to talk about residential builder's risk. So we have a specific customer in the South Central region that has a builder that has multiple starts. Frame construction, the values range from $500,000 to $1 million. Because this builder has multiple starts, the agent works directly with the underwriter and sends just real basic information when that project starts. So you have an option of either entering it in through the portal, or you can work with the underwriter, collect the basic information that's needed to provide a quote, to get that quote out to the agent and the customer very quickly. So we do have several accounts like this where we already have the builder information in our system. We're able to underwrite each start very quickly. Based on our automatic coverages, we did not have to increase anything. This one, soft cost, was a specific need for this builder due to our form including $100,000 automatically with no additional premium that already met their needs. So we were able to meet the coverage needs very quickly on this one. The next one that we want to talk about is a restaurant in the West Zone. So this was a build out of an existing structure, so only the renovation work needed coverage. So it was $1.3 million, Joyce and Masonry. It's renovation coverage only. So this was a very short project, so we were able to customize the terms, do it for 6 months. Because only the renovation work was being covered and the scope of work was included in the submission, we were able to underwrite this, get it back to the agent very quickly, and we've seen a lot of success with these types of projects. So other ones similar to this are fitness centers. We've seen several of those. We've seen an indoor trampoline park recently in Georgia, a donut shop, several medical offices where it's just a build out of the existing structure for a specific tenant. So those, we are seeing more of those, and we're very quick on getting those quotes out to the agent. So that's all we had right now for some successes that we've recently seen. Just want to remind you about our online broker portal. You can do the portal with residential and commercial, new and remodeling construction. It has 15% fewer underwriting questions than the competition. Our 16 built-in core coverages, we talked a little bit about those throughout this session. And then you can set up to have direct bill or broker bill. So Jeff, do you have anything else to add on this?
Yeah, we just thought it would be interesting to show you some of the things, and these are things we've written probably in the last couple of weeks. And it's a good mix of new construction, ground up, and renovations, remodeling, and pretty much coast to coast. So a lot of things fit. I guess as you drive home tonight, just kind of look around wherever you're at and look at what's being built. And the vast majority of what's being built fits our program guidelines. So that's kind of the message we wanted to give you today on that as far as the breadth of eligibility.
Yeah, so what questions do we have?
Okay, we have a few that have come in. The first one is, can you consider historic property renovations?
Yes, we can. So for those specific risks, feel free to send those over to us for review. We may have a few additional questions just based on the scope of work. Anytime it's renovation, it really comes down to the scope of work and what they're doing to any structure, but we do have guidelines for historical structures.
Okay, this may be the same answer as well, but another question, can you include existing structures on renovations?
Yes, we can, and we have very competitive rates with our existing structures, so we would love to take a look at any renovations that you have going on. Just once again, when it's renovation, we do need to know the scope of work, so make sure to include that in the portal or email me or give me a call and we can talk about it. But we can include existing structures.
Okay, we have a question asking you to expand on remodels. It says you talk about existing structures. Wouldn't landlords' building policy cover their own building? Would you mind explaining the need for builder's risk on remodels?
Well, it's when the customer owns the building or is purchasing the building. So it could be their own house or it could be a commercial building. That is where we would, if they own the building, we would cover the existing structure. If they are only a tenant in the building, as we talked about with the restaurant or the fitness center, we would only cover the renovation work because the building already has coverage elsewhere. We just always want to make sure that the coverage that is in place will respond while the project is under construction. So we will verify that. But the existing structure coverage comes in place when you own the building or you are responsible for the building.
Yeah, I would say one point to all the agents too would be make sure that you don't assume that the other policy will respond. You guys need to look at that to make sure that even though it's being renovated, the permanent policy that's on the structure would still respond. So if you want us to look at it for you, send us the form and we'll look at it.
Okay, can you write a cell phone tower?
Do you want to answer that one? Or?
Yeah, for now we really want to stress structures, buildings being built or renovated, but we would entertain that. That'd be worth submitting it and we'll take a look at it.
Okay, do you offer liability with the builder's risk policy?
No, we do not. This is a builder's risk course of construction program.
Can you include permission for partial occupancy?
Yes, we do offer permission to occupy, and we do have some occupancy built into our coverage form, so it just depends on what the tenant is. So any specific questions about that, give me a call and we can talk about it. But we do have options for occupancy when the structure is being occupied.
Okay, this is a question about policy terms. Can you write short-term policies and can you extend policies?
Yes, we can write short-term policies. We can go as low as 3 months. Our system will default to 12 months, so when you get that quote, if you need a shorter term, just let me know and I can go in and edit that for you and get that to you very quickly. We do offer extensions. We do have some underwriting questions that are asked once the policy is about to expire, so we will take a look at the responses and see if an extension can be offered, but that is an option. And we're extremely flexible with that. We can do extensions on a monthly basis or whatever terms are the best for the customer.
What is the minimum premium and limit?
The minimum premium is $400. For limits, Jeff, do you want to?
I mean, there really is no minimum limit. The minimum premium is $400 per policy.
Oh.
So if whatever limit they've selected generates less than $400, the $400 will be the premium.
Okay. One other question just came in. How long will it take me to get a policy if I go through the portal?
The process is very quick, so you can go in and do a submission in just a few minutes and get the quote letter. Once you get that quote letter emailed to you, you can log back in and you will have the option to issue that policy. So you can do it within minutes. For any reason, if the submission goes on hold, we do have a turnaround time of within 24 hours, but I am available for any rushes. But it is a very quick process. So you would start online, enter the information there, and then you should be able to receive the quote very quickly.
We always use the example. We have a CSR in the Midwest that really knows our portal inside and out. And the other day, she quote, bound and issued 12 policies in 40 minutes. That's the record.
Okay, what do you need to consider a structural renovation?
When there's structural work taking place, we do require a structural engineering report on the project. We do have some supplemental questions that we ask when it comes to structural renovations. But I will be happy to take a look at, if you have one right now that you're working on, give me a call. I can take a look at the specifics of the scope of work to see what is exactly needed, because it just depends on what's being done. But if there are load-bearing walls being moved, a floor or story being added, we do require a structural engineering report.
So yeah, just to reiterate on that, send us, give us a call. We'll talk about the scope. We might consider it minor structural, and those are easier.
That's true, yeah.
So it just really, as Donna said, it just does depend on the scope of the project.
Is this an agency or direct bill program?
You can do it either way. So when you enter in the submission online or you request it to be bound, you will identify if you want it on direct bill or broker bill.
Okay, I think those are all the questions I have at this time.
Okay, well, great. Well, Jeff and I really appreciate you all taking your time out of your day to walk through some of our recent wins that we've had, and we'd love to be a part of some of your victories with your builder's risk. So please keep us in mind. We are both available to offer any assistance. Feel free to enter things through the portal or give us a call. We are available to offer assistance. So, Jeff, do you have anything else to say? It's paused again.
Yeah, just to echo what Donna said, we really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hear about our product. We think it's very competitive, price-wise, coverage-wise. We will do our best to provide as good a service as you can get from anybody, and we're here to help you. So give us a call at any time. Thank you.
All right, thank you.